So, this is my first training, and I cannot tell you how long. 5 days? No, 6. 6 days, I think. And it was almost 7, because it's amazing how this thing can come up with stories and excuses and justifications. Oh, and it's a moment. My camera's not so stable. It's interesting, and fortunately, I can listen and smile when I hear it, and keep moving. And yes, I can get on my bike and do something. And generally, when I do that, first there's the get out of the pajamas I've been in for most of the last 3 or 4 days. I went out a little bit yesterday. Yeah, I did some shopping. But this getting back into a rhythm of training, it's amazing. I'm grateful that I have learned how to be with this inner mental resistance. I think when my resistant mind looks at my body, starts looking at age and pain and all kinds of other justifications to keep me from doing a bike ride. And then, pushing through that and doing what I need to do. Glad to be here. Wow, the end of 2024. I remember how it started. I was just really beginning to recover from my surgery. Doing just a little bit of this and that. Grateful to be alive. Still am. Grateful to be alive. So I have there's a familiar flavor to this restarting after a period of being sick that I know. And so, I think I mentioned this the other day, that in my mind, I know I will. I sometimes don't know how or when, but I know I will. I'll get up, I'll move, I'll challenge myself physically, mentally, and emotionally. And so it's nice to see you at the end of the year. And I wish you well. And I'll maybe check in after this ride. And I even had the idea maybe I could kind of roll from a bike training just to a little bit of physical training before bed. We'll see whether I take my ride a little longer or do a little physical training. It might be interesting to see how the muscles of my upper body respond to some resistance training. So have a good evening or good day wherever you might be, and until later. Ow. So, there is another example of I can never know. I never know. I never know what my potential is. Got on the bike, went on a new for me, online training app called Ruvi. And I have been using Zwift for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years as my primary training app. And my subscription just rolled over in November for another year. So I don't make a shift to Ruvi, but I like it. I like Ruvi a lot. For anybody looking to start a new online bike and run training, indoor bike and run training app, I would recommend Ruvi, Rouvy. Anyway, got on there to do the introductory route because I just thought, wow, it was a lot of work just to get my ass on this bike seat. And yeah, I did that one, and I didn't realize I wasn't paying attention. I was watching Netflix. And so if you keep pedaling, it just takes you on to another ride. So I ended up doing this ride through Paris, and again, without paying attention to that ride finishing, I started this 30-kilometer ride in China, and I ended up riding for 2 hours almost, yeah, pretty much 2 hours, and almost 50 kilometers. And it's like I just don't know, and it's great that I don't know, and I'm not. I have no idea what I create when I choose to do what I do. I just know that I'm willing to deal with whatever I create. All of my creations for me are right. I think it's interesting that there are people out there that identify what healing is and what the right way is and what success is, and this is the direction that you should go in, and these are the things you should do to get there. And and I was one of those. I did that. I followed that, and I also convinced other people to follow my thinking and my beliefs. And I really thought I was doing well for them. I believe I had good intentions, but I also know that today I deeply encourage people to do two things: stop hurting themselves and people. Everybody knows what they're doing. I don't have to tell people what they do. Everybody knows what they're doing to hurt themselves. Everybody knows what they need to do to change. Everybody knows. When the time is right for them to change, they know what needs to stop and what needs to start. I guess if I provide any service and support, it's I listen and I encourage, and I keep doing my hard work every day. And I trust the inspiration and the journey of my brothers and sisters, as I do myself. And so when I get on the bike and I do something like that after not doing any exercises for a week and being as sick as I was, it's like I don't know what that creates, but I know that following inner guidance is clearly my way, and it takes me where I need to go. And sometimes it's to the hospital, and sometimes it's dancing in the street, and sometimes it's done with a smile, and sometimes it's done with not a smile. So anyway, 50 kilometers, 2 hours on the bike, cleaned up a little bit. Now my sweetie and I point there because she's on the sofa. She's recovering from also having her own form of not feeling well. And we're both feeling well enough to have some cheese popcorn and watch some TV before we go to bed. And I wish you a good Saturday night, Saturday weekend, Sunday coming. And check in with you later, huh?